Dude, welcome back to Trash Man MMA, and today we're recapping Whittaker versus Rainer the Ritter, man. I didn't do too good on picks, but I did good enough to go positive. The event is just wrapping up. They are still talking about the fucking main event, right? They're doing their little recap thing, but here we are. Let's get straight into it, bro. We're going to go from top to bottom, starting with the main event, ending with the first fight of the night. Let's get straight into it. Robert Whittaker loses a split decision to Rainer de Ritter. There might be some controversy about this win, about the winner. I think the right person won. I do believe Rainer de Ritter won. I believe he won the second, fourth, and fifth. I believe Robert took the first and third, dropping them in that third round. I was seeing some people say that maybe you could give Rainer de Ritter the third with the excessive grappling success that he had in the later part in the second half of the round. But I mean, dropping somebody like that pretty brutally and damn near almost finishing them, that wins you the round 99% of the time, unless Rainer de Ritter does some serious ground and pound. Rainer de Ritter, man, he did a real good job with those step-in knees, just like he was doing against Bo Nickel. I'm not surprised that Robert Whittaker didn't go down, but Rainer didn't land nearly as much, although he was landing a lot of body shots. If you saw at some point in the fight, I believe they said something of like 30 body shots that Rainer had landed on Rob, and that was like in the fourth round. So, pretty good body work from Rainer de Ritter. I'm very disappointed, though, in a lot of aspects of this fight. The game plan that I crafted up, he didn't stick to. And when he did do it, he would have lots of success. When he pressured, bro, the entire time I was screaming, pressure and triple on that jab. Every time Rainer de Ritter pressured and just put more than one jab out there, Robert Whittaker's face was like, holy shit, this is DDP all over again. No kidding, bro. With that power jab that DDP landed on Robert Whittaker, Robert's face was looking the exact same way. Rainer de Ritter just needed to put a little bit more pop on his shots, triple up on it, throw it more, and just pressure, man. Just pressure was key. Whoever was pressuring in this fight was winning the rounds. The only reason that fifth round got a little dicey was because Robert Whittaker started pressuring on that last 20 seconds, and Rainer de Ritter was just coasting with his back on the fence, kind of just fucking, fucking. Oh, what the fuck? There's a fucking mosquito right in my face, dude. What the hell? He was like, he was fucking Muhammad Ali maxing, dude. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Why is there just a mosquito in my room? What the fuck? That is not cool. But Robert Whittaker pretty handedly got the first round, in my opinion. I mean, there's really nothing. I wonder who gave who what round. We're actually gonna search that up right now. Scorecards. I highly doubt they have it up already. I highly doubt they have it up already, so I'm not even gonna, won't even be able. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Jeez, got a little scary there. I wonder what rounds they gave Rob. I guess maybe one judge gave him the fifth round. But even that first round, it's oh no, I'm thinking about a different fight. But yeah, I thought yeah, this was a pretty decisive. Both guys looked really shit though. Can we talk about that? I think DDP fucking grapes. Ow, I just bit my fucking cheek. I think he grapes both of these guys. It's not even funny. Looking that gassed in the third round is insane. I know DDP isn't that much better, but holy cannoli, this is the fucking division of the running on E, man. We got DDP as champ. We got Hamza Chimaev. We got Rainer de Ritter. We got Robert Whittaker. All of these guys' gas tanks fucking blow hot beef. Not good at all, man. Not a good showing from either of these guys whatsoever. Extremely disappointed in both of their performances. Rainer de Ritter, like I said, he was having a lot of success with the knees, and when he double up and triple up on that jab, he was having a lot of success. Robert Whittaker was able to do his typical fucking blitz and low kick and Like I said, winging right overhands, which is what got RDR caught in that third. RDR came out like a bat out of hell, pressuring Robert Whittaker like fucking crazy, throwing knees, elbows, shots to the body, all up in the clutch at like the first 15 seconds. Just really putting the fucking pepper on Robert Whittaker. And he steps in with the right knee, but at the same time, Robert Whittaker ducks down, throws at either a left overhand or a right overhand, and drops RDR badly. Badly. Nearly finishes him. I thought he was damn near out. There was points in times where RDR had feet on hips against Rob, but he was just resting them there. He wasn't using to create distance or anything. He's a long dude, so when I was seeing him not really create distance with his legs, I was like, yeah, we're kind of cooked right now. This is not looking too good for my boy RDR. I thought they might have stepped in to stop the fight if it went any further than that, but I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they let it go on, because obviously my pick is now correct. Dude, this fucking bug. I'm gonna punch my laptop right now. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm gonna punch this shit, dude. Anyways, RDR gets the split decision. He doesn't get a arm triangle in the second round like I thought, but he was pretty close in the second and third round, I thought, to making something happen. So good fight though, good fight. DDP fucking eats both those guys alive though. On to the co-main event, Peter Yan and Marcus McGee. What a scrap. What a scrap in the first two rounds. Marcus McGee, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. I don't think he 100% has the round. I think there's a debate that you could give Peter Yan the first round. I forgot what the scorecard was, but I think you could debatedly give Peter Yan the first round as well. Marcus McGee did land one of the biggest shots of the round, but Peter Yan was doing his thing in there for most of that round. You know, he wasn't behind, he wasn't up, but he was there. And he did land some nice flurries that I thought maybe you could give him the round. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did. You know where we're at, but if all judges gave Marcus McGee the first round, I'd be very surprised. On to the second though. This was a pretty competitive fight still, but I believe Peter Yan did do enough. He stumbled Marcus McGee on multiple occasions. Both very tense in their approach to this fight. Not very fluid, but both very tense. Just, squeeze, just balls of muscles out there. Could see a shot coming from a mile away. Marcus McGee doesn't do bad. Peter Yan is just out there pitter-patting, and so is Marcus McGee at times. He has Peter Yan up against the fence, and he's not really throwing with conviction. He's just kind of tapping the high guard of Peter Yan, letting him know, hey, I'm right here. Marcus McGee did a pretty good job with shots to the body. He would rip to the body on multiple occasions, and honestly, I thought he hurt Peter Yan to the body. I can't remember if it was in the first or second round, but it looked like he hurt Yan to the body. I was screaming. I was so excited. First two rounds were really good, and then we get into this third round. Where Peter Yan... Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. This bug is in my room. It's like flying all over my face, and I'm tweaking right now. Shit's fucking awful. I don't even know how it came in my room. But, dude, I'm fucking tweaking right now. Peter Yan takes a note out of his fucking fight with Marab and just starts wet blanket maxing all up in the third for probably like better part of like 3.5 minutes. Peter Yan is just wet blanket maxing McGee up against the fence. Knees to the back of the thigh, one every 15 seconds. Just wet blanket maxing. Very sad that's how we had to end off this very good fight. This fight of the night candidate with that boring fucking piece of shit third round because of Peter Yan. But it's also heavily on the part of Marcus McGee. What do you mean that you couldn't do anything for 3 minutes, dude? It was deadass looked like he didn't try at all to get out of that position whatsoever. He was just kind of stalemating there and accepted it. So I can't even really fully blame Peter Yan, because Marcus McGee, as we saw, he was capable of exiting that position, but he just didn't. He just didn't for so long. So Peter Yan gets a 29-28 or 30-27 win over Marcus McGee. On to Sarah Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault, man. I believe this. Look, maybe people might have a different opinion than me on this fight. You can. I'm not gonna be mad because I wasn't really watching this fight too intensively. If I'm being honest, I was cooking. I was cooking up in the kitchen, as I was for the other few fights that we'll get into right now. Um, but it was just. I believe this was kind of a fraud checking. There, there should be no way that Marc-Andre Barriault is landing that much on you, breaking your fucking nose in the second, dude. I just breaking your nose, wobbling you. I just don't think that, bro. What's his name? Fucking Dustin Stoltzfus KO'd this guy in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Joe Pyfer finished this dude. Chris Curtis beat this guy. I know. I didn't like this performance whatsoever, dude. I thought this was just a shitty fight. It was a fun fight. Don't get me wrong. It was a fun fight. When I was watching, I was like, damn, these boys are getting scrappy. And in the third round, Sarah Magomedov hits Marc-Andre Barriault with something, kind of gets him down to the canvas. And just starts raining down ground and pound to win off the third round. So Sarah Magomedov gets a 30-27, 30-27, 29-28 decision over Marc-Andre Barriault. Pretty good. Okay enough performance. Asu Amabaya versus Jose Ochoa. Again, another fight I didn't really watch, but it looked pretty scrappy. Every time they were on the floor, Jose Ochoa was doing his little thing. He was throwing up submission after submission, trying to make something happen. You know, there was an arm bar at one point in time. I believe there was a guillotine at another point in time. He was just throwing these submissions, and some of them were getting a little close, but other than that one submission that he'd have, it'd be a Suamabayev kind of just grapple fucking him for the whole round, or not even grapple fucking, just kind of controlling him and, just, doing his thing, Pantoja maxing, if you will. And then they point to the center of the octagon for the last minute, and then Asu Amabaya, after pointing to the ground, shoots a double leg. And I can't remember if he gets it or not, but that was the fight. 30-27, 30-27, 29-28, Asu Amabaya. On to the next fight. Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Gushkov. Bogdan Gushkov sleeps him in the first round. Nikita Krylov's chin is gone. His chin is gone. Gone are the days when we're tussling with Volkan Oezdemir and whatnot. These are these are the days where we're getting slept by Dominic Reyes and Bogdan Gushkov. Kind of sucks, man. Really kind of sucks, but this was a relatively quick turnaround after getting slept by Dominic Reyes. I don't even know if Dominic Reyes is back yet. So that just goes to show how fast Nikita Krylov wanted to get back in there. And it didn't pan out for him. It didn't pan out for him. Even before that, he was just kind of getting a little done up, And Bogdan Gushkov, as Nikita Krylov is coming in, finds that right overhand, puts him down, and eventually gets a ground and pound TKO. Nikita Krylov trying to turtle. What the fuck? I didn't even touch anything. Nikita Krylov trying to turtle. Doesn't work out. Bogdan Gushkov gets the TKO. Ground and pound TKO. On to the next fight, though. Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. What a great fight. This was a good fight. Actually, wait a minute. It was just a lot of grappling, but I enjoyed it. Said Nurmagomedov had a nasty guillotine in round 2 after Bryce Mitchell does go in for like a standard double leg, which he kind of avoided in the first and third. But in the second round, or it was in the second or third, he gets it, and he's there, and he almost gets submitted. Not gonna lie, he almost gets done dirty. I can't remember if Mitchell won the first round or if he won the second and third. Oh yeah, Bryce Mitchell gets dropped in the first. I forgot about that. But they have refused to show a replay, so I do not know if it was an actual knockdown or not. It looked like a trip from the angle of the TV. It looked like a off balance, kind of I land a knee to your chest and you just fall backwards because you're going in for a double leg. That's what it looked like to me. But Said Nurmagomedov gets the first round. Bryce Mitchell just kind of grapple fucks him for the second and third. And honestly, it is kind of just like a wet blanket performance from Bryce Mitchell. Sorry, I'm clapping because there is still the bug in my room. It was kind of just a wet blanket performance from Bryce Mitchell at his new weight class. But I mean, you know what? It was good enough. Yeah, all three judges gave it a unanimous decision, 29-28. Bryce Mitchell, all winning this for him, winning the second and third round on all judges' scorecards. Uh, it was just, Bryce Mitchell wet blanketing a fucking Dagestani, which was nice to see, but for purely entertainment factor, it wasn't the most exciting, right? It's not going to get your balls tingling or nothing. But it was good. There was good grappling exchanges. It was fun enough for, a grappling fight, in my opinion. On to the next fight. Fuck the hype. Muslim Salikov gets the first round knockout over Carlos Leal. Not even a minute into the first round, 42 seconds in, Carlos Leal's bald, roid freak dumbass is getting sent down to the canvas after a nasty right hand directly on the forehead too. It's not even like on the temple. It wasn't picture perfect on the chin or anything. It was genuinely just a right hand to the forehead, which I'm very surprised that Carlos Leal went down to, or just a shot like that in general. Usually you're able to see guys tank shots on the forehead a lot, just due to that's the hardest part of the forehead. People butt heads all the time. So I was just very surprised that he would take a right hand to the fucking forehead and still go out cold. That just goes to show the level of power that Muslim Salikov has in his hands. Just how intense that power is. Carlos Leal was pressuring, was taking away the kicking range for Muslim Salikov for 90% of this fight, and had success obviously pressuring. But I mean, if you watch his fight against Morono, man, his one win in the UFC when Morono is like 1-5 in his past 6, you would see him just so untechnically swinging shots, his hands at his hips, damn near by his knees, not doing anything, but just a fucking Vinicius Oliveira maxing. But actually, no, just Vinicius Oliveira maxing, just looking really fucking shit. And this is not bantamweight, bro. This is welterweight. We got a lot of pop. Muslim Salikov took advantage of Carlos Leal having his hands on the canvas and puts him away out cold in the first round. My GOAT, Muslim Salikov. I love it. Fucking hell, this was amazing to watch, dude. I got up, ran around the house. I did a fucking whole lap around the house. I was so excited. On to the next fight. Davy Grant versus Damon Blackshear. Yeah, what can you say, when Damon Blackshear just grapple fucks Davy Grant for 5 minutes and then decides to not do anything for the remaining 10, just put his hands up and go and shell up in his guard and not throw anything with conviction whatsoever. I can't really predict that, you can't really predict a fighter saying, hey, I'm an MMA fighter, but I can only grapple, and I'm not even gonna try to exchange with this guy. I'm gonna just put my guard up and back up to the fence and let him tee off on me. I mean, there's really nothing I can do about that. Maybe you can, because there have been slivers of that in the past, 100%. But bro, you're going up against a fucking 40-year-old. Tighten the fuck up, you fucking nerd. On to the next. Amanda Ribas versus Tabitha Ritchie. Tabitha Ritchie gets an elbow led to a ground and pound TKO victory in the second round. I can't tell you much about this fight because I took a shit break here, but it looked like an impressive finish. It did look very impressive, although it did look like it was just Ribas melting. It looked like Ribas was just like didn't want to be there anymore. She got elbowed, and it looked like it went directly into the eye socket, and then she just kind of wilted to the canvas. Like literally, she just like willingly went to the canvas, sat down on the canvas, and let Tabitha Ritchie ground and pound TKO her. I can't predict somebody just sitting on the canvas and saying, yeah, ground and pound TKO me now, man, I'm ready. So that's what happened. I was on the shitter. I wasn't watching this fight. On to the next. Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elikana. Cut both of these guys. Nobody wants to pay Nobody wants to pay $1,000 a ticket. Nobody wants to fly to the UAE. Nobody wants to take 8 hours out of their day to watch Ebo Aslan and Billy Elikana stand at range for 15 fucking minutes. You fucking bums. Go back to whatever hole you guys came from. Go back to your fucking what they were saying, this guy's a mechanic. Go back to fixing fucking trucks and shit, bro. Change my oil, you fucking grease monkey. I don't want you in this sport anymore. What the fuck was that? You stare at Billy Elikana for 15 minutes straight and you dare have a surprised look on your face when you fucking lose. Get the fuck out of here, bro. On to the next. Muhammad Yahya versus Steve Yen. Steve Yen. Steve Yen, dude, what a just a fucking featherweight lighterman scale masterclass here, man. Steve Yen drops Muhammad Yahya, if you're counting the first one, which I will, dropped them 6 times in round 1, 5 officially, and twice in the second. Again, I believe only 6, only once in the second if you're not counting one of the knockdowns, but I believe it was a knockdown. So I believe it should be 8 knockdowns for Steve Yen. But it is what it is. It was just embarrassing, man. I'm so surprised. Like, who was it? It wasn't Mark Goddard. It wasn't. Who was this ref? I'm looking at him right now. Who's the ref, dude? Anyways, y'all know the ref I'm talking about. I'm so surprised. Jason Herzog. Jason Herzog is in there. He's the one that stopped the fight of fucking Nasruddin Imavov and Jared Cannonier. You know, so I'm really surprised that this guy didn't step in to stop this fight when Muhammad Yahya is literally melting like ice cream on a hot summer's day on the canvas. Just sitting there, getting his ass beat, handed to him, not doing anything, not fighting back, doesn't have his guard up, getting dropped repeatedly, and Jason Herzog doesn't step in. What a fucking insane thing to do, but I'm not complaining about it. He makes it. At some point, we do have to look at Steve Yen and go, brother, why aren't you finishing this fight? Muhammad Yahya is on the fucking canvas. Why aren't you finishing this fight, brother? So I do believe that we do have to take that into consideration a little bit. But still, what a good performance from Steve Yen, getting the new record for most knockdowns in a single fight, I believe, or maybe a 3-rounder, but I believe any fight in general. So I got Steve Yen. Okay. All right, on to the next fight. On to the first fight of the night. Martin Buday versus Marcus Buchecha. I love underdog picks so much, dude. I love them so fucking much. I'm sorry, but if you expected Marcus Buchecha, a 5-1 first round finisher, to come in here and beat Martin Buday, you were sorely mistaken, buddy. I can't remember if this was a split decision or a unanimous decision, but Martin Buday did surprise me, you know. I thought Marcus Buchecha was going to be at his most physical and at his most dangerous in the first, and Martin Buday was going to rally back and win the second and third. But actually, it was Martin Buday who won the first round, Marcus Buchecha who won the second, and Martin Buday who came back, rallied, and won that third round. Very impressively. Had some flurries, got hurt himself as well in the second round. But he also hurt Marcus Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha was just kind of brooding out there. He didn't really have anything. He just kind of, in that third round, it was just Martin Buday stuffing takedowns like he stuffs his face. And there's one takedown that Martin Buday stuffs, but he engages in it. He stuffed this takedown, but instead of stuffing it, pushing him off, he stuffs it and he stays there. He stays tangled up with Marcus Buchecha, and that's what allows Marcus Buchecha to drag Martin Buday down and get him in a compromising position, control him for a few minutes until Martin Buday eventually got back to his feet, started putting that pep on him, and got him out of there. Not got him out of there. Won. 29-28, maybe split decision. I'm not going to harp on that too much, but I went... I got the Martin Buchecha pick, so 1-0. I got the Steve pick, so 2-0. I lost the Aslan 2-1. I lost the Richie fight 2-2. I lost the Grant fight 2-3. I got the Muslim Salikov fight 3-3. I got the Bryce Mitchell fight 4-3. I missed this one, the Nikita Krylov fight, so 4-4. I got the Sumanbayev pick 5-4. I got the Seraf Magomedov pick 6-4. I got the Peter Yan pick 7-4, and I got the main event of Rainer de Ritter. Overall, going 8-4 on picks. Not as good as I would have liked to go, but I'll take it. And you know, it was a pretty decent fight night card. Nothing to really complain about. I enjoyed watching it. Probably my best. The thing I enjoyed the most about this fight was the Muslim Salikov finish. I mean, that was probably the highlight of the card, if we're really being honest. There's really nothing else that really takes the cake. I mean, that I believe. So, Steve Yan got 50K, got a performance of the night. Uh, Muslim Salikov got finish of the night or whatever. And then Marc-Andre Barriol and that other fuck, Magomed Sharipov, they got the fight of the night. So those were the fighters who won the 50K bonus. And the overall was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Oh, wait, you get to see how they won? Decision, unanimous. Oh, okay. It says right there. I did not see that whatsoever. Good card, though. Overall, it's pretty good. I liked it. I'm at a party right now, though, at my house. So I'm going to have to go pretty soon. But I will make a fights to make video. I'm going to make it today, and then I'm going to post it tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully, I'm the first one to get this video out, to be honest. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. And I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Sayonara. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Later.